Okay students, so in our previous video of chemical kinetics we have seen what are first order reactions and we have studied decomposition reactions under the category of examples of first order reaction. Okay, so in this video we are also going to study examples of first order reaction. First is isomeric reactions, first order reactions involving isomeric change. Okay, let's take example of N-chloroacetanilide. N-chloroacetanilide isomerizes to give para-chloroacetanilide. Hydrogen from para position will shift to nitrogen and chlorine will shift to para position. So N-chloroacetanilide in acidic media isomerizes to give para-chloroacetanilide. We are going to study this reaction using first order kinetics. This is first order reaction. Okay. Now how to study this reaction? Basically what happens when we react this compound, this isomer, N-chloroacetanilide isomer with Ki in acidic media. What happens? First of all, Ki will react with acid to give salt of potassium plus Hi. We'll get Hi. Ki with acid will give us Hi. Now Hi will react with this isomer, N-chloroacetanilide, to liberate iodine. It gives acetanilide plus HCl plus iodine. Okay, so we get iodine as product. Okay, now from where this iodine is coming? It is coming from only this isomer. This isomer will react with Hi to give iodine. This will not react. Okay, so this is the basis of our study. Now what happens? We'll study the volume of iodine liberated. Okay, we'll find out the volume of iodine liberated. How can we calculate the iodine amount of iodine liberated? This amount of iodine can be found by titrating against sodium thiosulfate solution or hypo solution. So we can find out the amount of iodine by titrating against hypo solution. Now what happens? Initially when time is 0, only this isomer is present. It has not been isomerized to give this, so only this is present. So at time 0, whole of this will convert to iodine because only this is present. Okay, so at time 0, if the initial concentration is AA, then volume of iodine used, V naught, is proportional to A, the amount of this isomer initially taken. So V naught is proportional to A. Okay, because only this isomer is reacting to give iodine. And at time is equal to T, some of this has been isomerized to give this. Okay, some of this has been isomerized to give this. What is left point? A minus X. So now this will be titrated against sodium thiosulfate solution, hypo solution. This will give us iodine, okay, which will be titrated against sodium thiosulfate. So at time is equal to T, volume of hypo solution used will be proportional to A minus X because this will give us iodine and this will be titrated against hypo solution. So this is volume of hypo solution. At time is equal to T, Vd will be proportional to A minus X. So we know A, we know A minus X. We'll put this in first order rate law. K will be equal to 2.303 upon T log V naught upon Vt. So in this way we can study this isomerization reaction under category of first order reaction. Okay. Now coming to pseudo first order reactions. What are pseudo? Pseudo means ki in English we can say fake or artificial types. Okay? So pseudo first order reactions. Pseudo first order reactions are such reactions which seem to be of higher order. We expect them to be of higher order, but they are first order reactions. Why? I'll explain you by taking example of hydrolysis of ethyl acetate. Now hydrolysis of ethyl acetate. What happens? Ethyl acetate, this is my ethyl acetate, it hydrolyzes in acidic media to give acetic acid and ethanol. Okay, now since there are two reactants, we expect the order to be 2, but it is first order reaction. If we take water in excess, we take generally water in excess amount. Now water is in excess as compared to ethyl acetate, so its concentration will remain almost constant. It will not vary with time. So its concentration is constant. So my rate will depend only upon concentration of ethyl acetate. That's why it is first order reaction. It follows first order kinetics because concentration of water is almost constant because it has been taken in excess. Okay. So we'll study now this reaction. Now this is my ethyl acetate plus water to give acetic acid and ethanol. Now what happens? Initially at time 0, I have taken A amount of ethyl acetate. Okay, no product is formed. When time is t, X amount of ethyl acetate has been hydrolyzed. So concentration of acetic acid will be X, ethanol will be X, and what is left behind? Ethyl acetate A minus X, because X has been reacted. At infinity, whole of ethyl acetate will convert to acetic acid and ethanol. So concentration will be AA and its concentration will be 0. Okay. Now to study this reaction, we'll titrate our reaction mixture with base because we are having acids. Okay, so we can find out concentration of acid, acetic acid, using NaOH as base. We can titrate our mixture against some base, say sodium hydroxide. Now what happens? There is a problem in titration. What happens? Along with acetic acid, we also have H positive, which is our catalyst, because this is acid catalyzed reaction. So this will also get titrated against NaOH. NaOH will also neutralize this acid. Not only this, NaOH will also neutralize my catalyst also. So initially, when time is 0, no reaction has taken place. So we have no acetic acid at time is equal to 0. We have only our catalyst. So V naught, volume of NaOH at time 0, that will be equal to concentration of acid, catalyst acid. Okay. So V naught is proportional to catalyst HI. Okay. Now concentration of acid remains constant. So acid concentration will be proportional to V naught. Okay. Now at time t, we also have acetic acid. Okay, which is X. So volume of NaOH used. NaOH will neutralize both of these. So volume of NaOH used will be equal to amount of acetic acid formed plus my catalyst acid. Okay. So amount of acetic acid produced is X at time is equal to T plus catalyst concentration is V naught. We have measured it earlier. Okay. So my X comes out to be Vt minus V naught. Okay. Similarly, at infinite time, when time is infinity, my whole of ethyl acetate has been converted into acetic acid. So NaOH will neutralize acetic acid, whole of acetic acid plus HI. So at infinity, concentration of acetic acid will be proportional to initial concentration of ethyl acetate, because now whole of it has been reacted to give acetic acid. So total acetic acid formed is equal to A, because whole is converted into acetic acid. So it is proportional to A, and catalyst concentration we know V naught. So my V infinity will be equal to A plus V naught. Okay. Or A will be equal to V infinity minus V naught. So we have A, we have X. So A minus X will be equal to V infinity minus V naught minus Vt minus V naught. And it comes out to be V infinity minus Vt. So my K will be equal to 2.303 T log A upon A minus X. So instead of X, A will put V infinity minus V naught, and in place of A minus X, we will put V infinity minus Vt. So this is my rate law equation for hydrolysis of ethyl acetate. Okay. So if we know volume of NaOH at time 0, at time infinity, and any other time, we can calculate K, value of rate constant. Okay. So this is all. In our next video, we'll study methods for determination of order. Okay. And radioactive decay. So if you are really finding these videos helpful, kindly subscribe the channel and share and like also. Okay.